Today on Captain Cash's Laboratory, we're working on the gold label collection from Mr. Christmas, Symphony Surprise. It is a precision set, not a toy. Right there. So, it's all, there you go. So you can see about it. It's real wood. And what it's supposed to do is, these little doors are supposed to open with little characters. And you can gather, since it's here, something doesn't work. So I took the batteries out of it, and I saw that there's some corrosion right there. So I'm wondering if one of the batteries leaked inside. It also takes power. So if I plug the power in, nothing. And this battery is for the clock, which is the only thing on here that works. Right there. It's not set. It's not 11:52. It's off by almost 5 hours. But that's fine. So let's see what's going on. Now I did notice one thing. Hold the handle down. It does have a little rattling. I'm assuming the rattling is just the doors, but I wonder if something inside came loose. So let's delve into this piece and see what we can find out. See if it's repairable. I'm not sure. But on the back is a whole bunch of screws. And this is says manufacturer date code is 024, so I have no idea what that means. 6 volt, 600 milliamp adapter, or 4C batteries for the thing, the unit, and then 1 AA for the clock. Right there. So I see that we got screws all the way around, and then a couple in the center. Let's see, the ones in the center. Yep, they're screwed into the wood as well. You can see the clock mechanism right there for setting it. How complex is this? Well, the speakers come off. It's not attached anymore. It's supposed to be glued on to this. Here's some of the glue. And so we have some basic motors, but the circuitry on the back here is what I'm more concerned about right now. And to give me a little extra room, I'm going to cut these zip ties so I can stretch the wires out. There we go. So the battery that runs the clock actually goes through the circuit board. Huh? No. Okay, I see what it's doing. It has a clock setting. The battery goes directly to it. The clock setting apparently sets the Symphony off at certain times, probably every hour on the hour. I didn't read the directions about what it does, since it doesn't do anything at the moment. As far as the internal gears and stuff go, they all look visually okay. Won't know till they're running. So my problem's going to be on this circuit board. That's always a bad sign. Let's get some close-up specs so I can take a look at this closer. Not liking the discoloration on this board is pretty bad. And this is the board that has the blob chip right here, so that's pretty important. I don't think finding one of these to replace it is going to be that easy. I wasn't supposed to do that. Try not to smack it when you're doing stuff. Oh, one more screw hiding under all the wires. Okay. So the volume knob was holding it, so I'll take the volume knob off. Pull this up. And see what we got on the bottom here. See if there's anything that's obvious. There's a lot of discoloration to these circuit boards. There's some right here as well. That board's the concerning one because it's the, like I said, blob chip. That's the brain. Let's try and move the wires. Get discoloration there too. Looks like this capacitor may have exploded. Right here. This whole side of it is rotted. It's a 16 volt. I can't read the microfarads, it's on the bottom, but oh, we got burns right there. This thing got hot, something shorted out. So these two diodes are burnt, and they've actually burned the board. Once I finish inspecting it, I'll zoom in and show you the damages I see. I wonder if this was the power supply. That is this. The box says 6 volts, but I'm wondering if somebody switched it to a different voltage by accident and turned it on. I'm used to when a component burns the circuit board, it burns all the way through, because what I work with on circuit boards is circuit boards that run 240 volt components. And when they get hot, the circuit board is not thick enough to stop it from burning through the actual wafer itself. This didn't, it just burned the surface. So it looks like on this board, it's just over in this area here. We have a blown out capacitor and 2 melted diodes. The other chips look okay. The other capacitors look okay. Resistor. This resistor got hot. It's also burnt. Because this wire got hot. Where does this wire go to? Oh, they're all the same color wire, so. See if I can trace it. That's this wire here. Which is this wire here. Which is this wire here. Alright. No, I lost the wire in the bundle. So let's do this again. So it's this wire here. So it is this wire right here that's burnt. And this wire goes to where it's all burnt right here. So this burn on this board is on this one of the, there's 3 wires. It's the wire that's farthest out that goes all the way back to the burn on this board. So there's a good chance this is never going to work again. Which is a shame, because this looks like a pretty cool little piece, and it's real wood, which means it's old, since nothing's real wood anymore. It's all particle board, so it's like 80% glue and 20% sawdust. But most I can do is change the capacitor and the diodes and the resistor, and maybe it'll function. But if the blob chip got backfed, there's nothing. It's just a really pretty clock with doors on it. That's all it is. That's a shame. We're also going to glue the speaker in it. Now the speaker is damaged. We'd have to replace the speaker. There's a hole in the speaker from bouncing around since it came unglued. So let me zoom in now so you can see the damages on this board. So you know what I'm looking at with a little bit closer up view. And going down. And focus. Alright. Screwdriver's a pointer. So this circuit board, the wire I'm talking about is this one right here, which is melted right there. You can kind of see it's not the perfectly shiny or smooth like the others. And we got discoloration that goes under here to these solder points, which all go to that big black blob chip. That's a really big one compared to the other ones that we normally see. And if I relocate the board, like so, I just let the handle go too fast. Here's the same wire. You can see the burn on the resistor. You can see it's nice and shiny and goopy where it's melted right there. And then if we go over here, you can see this is burnt and bubbled, and this is burnt, and then there's the capacitor that looks like it leaked right here on the edge. The liquid inside, because they actually have they're dielectric, so it's not really a liquid, it's like a gel. I mean, it's technically a liquid, but I mean, glass is a liquid, so why not? Has seeped out, has either eaten off the sticker, or this got hot since it says battery minus, which is also the negative here, which is this plate right here on the back side of this board shares right there the pad. So that's why I'm thinking somebody switched the power supply from 6 volts to, well, let's see what this thing goes up to. Let me unplug it. I made sure it was at 6 volts before I plugged it in, since it's written on the box in Sharpie. All the way up to 12 volts. And won't focus. There you go. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 12. So 6. right there. So before I plugged it in, I made sure it was at 6 volts, just to be absolutely sure. So like I said, I'm on the box, and big Sharpie says 6 volts DC. So I have a funny feeling something may have happened prior. And I'm wondering if this plug got turned at some point, because here's my incoming power. This shares with this. These wires come all the way over and they branch off, which is your battery box. These right here, right here, right here. Here's your battery. Right there. Battery plus, battery minus, and they're melted. So one of two things is what I'm going for. One, wrong power, above its threshold, 7+ volts, or it was AC by accident. Second, a lot of these units don't like you to run the battery with the AC adapter, which is one of the reasons I took the batteries out before I started the video. I'm going to zoom out so I'm just not poking out the little 2 square inches of circuit board. So I took the batteries out, there's one of them, before plugging this in, because there are some older toys that have stickers on the battery box that says do not run AC adapter with batteries, because there's no protection to back feed the incoming power into the battery box. It means you're basically trying to recharge the batteries that aren't designed to be recharged, and even recharged batteries aren't designed to be recharged that way, because it's recharging at full power instantly, and it's not regulated. So bad idea. So I'm going to guess those are the 2 options. Either batteries are in the box and plugged in, and then it got hot because it's trying to have power come this way and power go this way, and of course it got hot at the connection. Now the wires are going to melt before the solder pads for this, and 4C batteries probably cannot keep up with the milliamp rating of this. The milliamp rating on this is 1.2 amps max. It doesn't say if it's across all the voltages or just the max voltage. So 1.2 amps will about do for these, especially if those get weak. So, and also if it was the wrong power, meaning you put in, let's say, the 7.5 or the 9, it's still going to backfeed the batteries, which can cause the batteries to explode and or leak. Battery box has rotted right here. You can see the green coming through. Most of the time I see green batteries, the green batteries are caused by just age, storage. They just leak. But because the circuit board is damaged here, and we have melted wire here, and we have a blown component here, and burnt components here, and burnt component here, I'm going to go less that I'm going to lean away from the battery leaked because it was stored with batteries, and more that power was plugged into this when it had batteries. So I need to taunt the person who owns this, but it looks like this is probably just a very decorative box clock. I have a very good suspicion that it's never going to work again, mainly because this stuff here is all repairable. Discrete components can be replaced. I can pop a new resistor in, capacitor, I got tons of them, resistor, I got tons of them. Hell, I even have diodes lying around, both new and stuff you can salvage from other electronics that are bad. That's not my concern. This is my concern. There are burn marks on the pins for the blob chip, and once you destroy a blob chip, there's no repairing the unit. You can probably put in a timing circuit that just randomly opens the doors, kind of like on the Octo Swing, where I put the timing circuit in that swung the arms out back and forth, and then you can do something like that where it goes doors open, they stay open for a few seconds, doors close. They stay closed for a few seconds, doors open, and vice versa. And you can stagger them, put 4 circuits in so none of the doors are at the same timing, or put in 2 circuits so they're diagonal from each other, or 1 circuit they just all open and close at the same time. Or if the circuit has a relay, when the relay is engaged, 2 open. When the relay is disengaged, the other 2 open. So there are options to make it semi-functional, but it'll never be the way it's supposed to be, unfortunately. So I'm going to stop this right here. If we're going to continue, once I talk to him, there'll be additional after this point. If he says just use it for parts or throw it away, this will be the end of the video as you see it. The only thing I'm going to do, and that's not because, oh, I'm going to show you the speaker. There's the hole. Right there. Once you put a hole in the speaker, they're gone. Anybody who's done car stereos will know that. But all I'm going to do is I am going to put a dab of hot glue on here just to hold this so I can just reassemble it, not have it bouncing around in here any more than it has until I talk to him. He may want it back and just put it on as a fancy looking clock. So I don't want something rattling. That's why I was shaking it. I heard something rattling and I said it could be the doors. Where's that speaker? So that's it for now. So either there'll be an addition after this or until the next one. Thanks for watching.